Welcome, plant friends. It is the beginning of January here in the middle of the US. It's also the middle of winter. So the outside gardens are fast asleep, not much going on out there. Inside today, I was doing my plant maintenance on my houseplants, some watering and fertilizing, and I saw a couple things that needed some work, and so decided that I'd go ahead and record it and show you what I'm doing. So first of all, I have this spider plant, and this was a tiny little 3-inch baby when I went to a propagation workshop, and this came home with me as just a little cutting from one of the shoots from a spider plants. Now, if you're not familiar with them, these spider plants send shoots off to the side that have baby plants on them, and they start out really small, and then you can stick that into dirt connected to the mother plant, and it will grow very quickly. You can snip it off and either just stick it in dirt and keep it moist and it'll take off on its own, or you can root it in water first and then plant it into dirt. So that's what we learned in the class, and I had did the option to just stick it in the dirt and keep it moist, and it took off and it has outgrown this little pot. So we're going to be putting it into this much bigger pot today. And typically when you are transplanting a plant, you want to make sure that you're just going up one size plant. So this is like a maybe 3-inch pot, and this one is 7.5. So I am doubling it, but proportionately from where the size of this plant is right now, this looks to be like it'll have more room for it to keep growing than the next size down, which would be like 5 or 6-inch pot. So we're going to be transplanting that. And then, as you know, I had transplanted some African violets a while ago. These cuttings came off of another one that I have that needs to be divided. And I was watering it, and I could barely even get the water in there because they're so compacted. So I broke a few of them off and decided to put them in a pot. Now, I did do that, broke them off last night, and I'm not transplanting them till today. So some of them are a little weak. We will be taking off a lot of the leaves anyway, just as protocol to keep the plant healthy while it's rerooting. So we'll see. We'll see if they pull through or not. And I have tons more if they don't. But I just thought the only way I'm going to get water in here is to move this, and desperately needs to be done. And I also need to find room to house a bunch of more African violets. I've given some of the ones away that I previously transplanted. I think I got 17 out of that one plant. I only have 2 that are struggling. The rest are all super healthy. I've only found homes for maybe 6, so I have plenty left that I need to get rid of before I can divide the other one and have another couple dozen African violets. So that's what we're going to do today, and I'm going to switch the camera so you can watch what I'm doing. It's going to be very easy, but something that I'm working on today. Okay, so as you can see, I just have regular potting soil here. It's the same that is in this one, so it won't be a shock to this new spider plant moving. We're just going to make room for the root ball to go in here. And then I have a bunch of little stones on top of this one to pull the soil down. Just a little decoration. Take those out of here. Okay. And then we're going to just gently lift this out. Look at those big roots. Look at that. That's huge. Oh my gosh. Crazy. So we'll set it in the center of the pot here and tuck some soil around it. And then that is all that requires of that. As you can see, this fits the proportions of this pot much better. And it has lots of room to grow, and then just send off more babies so we can have more spider plants. Okay, for the African violet repotting, I have my traditional African violet plant that has the bottom watering. And then I have these temporary pots that are good for, just keeping them alive for a while until they find a new home. Very low cost. They work great. I have found that maybe they dry out a little bit faster in these pots than they do in a different pot. There's a lot of holes on the bottom, and so I think maybe that is the culprit. And what I have found is that using the string method for watering in these is better. So what you do is you take a piece of string and string it through the holes in the bottom, and then you set this in a saucer full of water, and it wicks the water up through the string. And that seems to be working on the pots that I've previously transplanted. That seems to be working best. So we're going to do that for this set. I'll just take it in one hole and out another. This is way more string than is needed, but to just keep it simple, we can always trim that off. So do that for the other one here. So it goes in one of the holes in the bottom, just one on the other side. There you go. And then it just sets on the saucer, and these strings sit in the saucer and soak up the water. So we'll add our soil to these 3 pots, and then we'll do the plants. Okay, so now we have the dirt in the pots. Next thing we're going to do is take our plants tangled up in the cord. This is what I cut off yesterday. It's got a lot of leaves on it, and you can tell they're kind of wilting here on the ends. But what we want to do is really pull off a lot of this outward growth. Snap the leaves off, so that it focuses its growth on the new growth and on the root development. So we don't want to have the energy from the plant going to maintaining these long leaves out on the perimeter. So we're going to take this one down quite a bit because it's pretty welty. And then just make a hole for the roots and pop it in here. And it is really that simple. And then I usually water from the top very carefully to saturate the soil to begin. And then I will water from the bottom from there on out. And that one, maybe this doesn't look so good. Let's take it off. So there's that one. And this one, I made a huge mess here. This one I am not sure if we're going to make it or not. It is really wilted. I should have done this last night, but I wanted to maybe film it. So taking off these big ones, including the blooms, and we're going to make this a very, very small one. So just those amount of leaves, good chunk of root here. Pack it in. We have this one ready. Now this one, since it's a bigger bowl, I'm actually going to put several in one, and I will transplant them again later. Again, very wilted, so we're going to take off all this wilted. Leave just a little bit of plant. Big root chunk. We're going to set it off to the side here. Bring that one in. And then what else do we have here? Where's the other plant? I've got this one. Again, very, very sad looking. May not make it. Don't leave them out overnight. Do it right away. So just a little bit of plant. Chunk of root. Adding that one. Here's the other take off the big leaf. Maybe that one. We'll see if those can all get established in that bowl, and then we will transplant them once they have gained some strength. But that's it. And I just water them in, and then again, I'll set it in a saucer. These can be trimmed off so they can tuck in to the water. The water down in here, and then the strings will soak that up and bring it up into the dirt. So that's it for the African violets. So one other thing I had noticed when I was watering were that these succulents were kind of, I don't know, losing leaves and stuff. I think they're kind of, I don't know what's going on with them. They had maybe some spider mites or something on them, but the leaves below here were all falling off. It was defoliating. So I took the tops and I let them dry. They're starting to scab over here. Here's the other one. You can see it kind of had some weird leaf defoliation going. Again, scabbed that over. So we're just going to take these and pop them into some cactus dirt and see what happens with them, if they're going to make it or not. So I'm just popping them in the same bowl together, see if they will root in and do something, or if the plant is diseased. So discarded the rest of the plant and I'm keeping just those. So that is it for today. All I have to do is water these in. So just give it a little drink. Always give a good drink and let that soak in. Now for our African violets, I am going to top water to give them a little moisture since they are struggling. Make sure we're not getting the foliage. Let that soak in. And then we're also going to water from the bottom. Just watering the saucer here. Let that string soak it up. This one's having a little problem standing upright, so let's poke it in a little better now that we have some wet soil. Give it some substance. You can always use a skewer or something to hold it upright. A little plant stake if we need. Let me see if I can get over here another angle and get this side. There's that one. And this one. Watering the top and the bottom. So moisten the top of the soil. Kind of help settle the soil a little bit too. And then you see what I'm doing here. Pouring the water in this little spout to fill up the bottom. And this one. I need to get the saucer for this one. Spider plant, super easy. Just water it. You're gonna water really generous. Let that soil settle down. And there we go. And that's it for today. That's all I have. The rest of the time is spent dreaming about the summer garden, where my next step is going to be, what plants I want to find, making a list, and just doing the winter dreaming. So thanks for watching. Okay, it's a couple days later here and I am editing the video. I just wanted to give you a little follow-up clip here. This is what they look like now that they have been transplanted and they are no longer wilted. They look amazing. Try to get as close as I can here. They perked up and they survived and they are looking super healthy. So that's just a little update for you.